All right, I'm here with Coach Taylor from Page Volleyball, and a big turnaround this season. Only one loss so far. I mean, Coach, just what have been the biggest key factors in the success for this team this year?
Key factors are just holding each other accountable and just making sure we're staying consistent on all forces of the game, offense and defense.
In terms of what this team has been able to accomplish, I mean, what in your eyes have been the biggest improvements, the biggest strides you've seen from last year's team to what you have this year?
Biggest improvements, just minimizing our errors on our side and just making sure that we are always playing page volleyball and not trying to compete and play other teams' kind of speed. We're playing our speed and just maintaining our composure on our side of the court.
I know you mentioned, the page, playing like page and not trying to, let the outside things get in the way. I mean, just for those that don't know, how would you describe the page brand of volleyball, the style, kind of what you like to be out there?
Competitive and aggressive in the front half of the court and the back half, and just making sure that page volleyball is staying consistent on all bases. And I think we just want to continue that and keep moving forward with being consistent and playing our game kind of all throughout each match that we do play.
All right. And I mean, at what point did you feel like this team was different, like they had something special here?
The moment I came in three years ago, I would say I felt their energy, I felt their wave, and I knew like this team could make it far if we all just trusted each other and just make sure that we understood our goals and everything that we wanted to accomplish this season.
How would you describe the state of the program when you first arrived, the appearance of this team, what you had?
They had a lot of hustle, but we couldn't really figure out how to turn that hustle over into a match. So I knew that was one thing that we needed to do, is figure out our strong pieces and our weak pieces and kind of just make them all into one and to play a cohesive game together.
In terms of your background, I mean, prior to taking this head coaching job, I mean, what was your background? What was your history, coming into this position?
My history, I played at Fayetteville State for 3 years, and then I soon transferred into coaching JV at Eastern Guilford. And my sister was over there at Eastern Guilford, and I knew like I wanted to just be around the sport more and more, but I knew like I could do more and I could produce more, so I made that transition to coming over to Page. And I came into Page and I knew that these girls had something special, and I wanted to continue that journey here.
All right. And in terms of taking this job, I mean, what were the things that lured you here? What were the biggest key factors in terms of, wanting this job?
Wanting this job, I would say it wasn't really one or two things, but it was mainly just the culture here at Page and all of the aspects that these girls can bring and what they're able to accomplish. And I want to say like that was something that drove me here. It's just the culture and just all of the athletics here at Page High School.
In terms of this season, what would you say are maybe the proudest moments, biggest highlights for this team?
Biggest moments is just, for one, winning that season opener against Northwest. I would say we couldn't have expected anything more but getting a 5-set win over a Northwest. We actually kind of lost to them 3 times last season, and I think going into that game they knew like we're not taking a fourth and we're not going to continue our season or start our season with a loss against Northwest.
In terms of that match, what were the things that you saw, the biggest things that impressed you that day?
The biggest thing that impressed me was our freshman, Claire Hannum. She has been an absolute rock star and a leader just in her own outside position. And she has really taken on that role as a varsity starter and just ran with it. And she has been nothing but all improvement and adjusting and just really coming in and being an awesome rock star. And she was one of our key factors in that Northwest match.
In terms of Hannum, I mean, for those that haven't seen her play, just how would you describe, what she's like out there, what she brings to the table for this team?
She's super consistent and willing to adjust and just give her all every single time. I've never seen her doubt herself. I've never seen her even just kind of put her head down. She's always just accepted where she is and how she can contribute to that varsity team.
I know you mentioned the gelling together and working together, cohesiveness. I mean, is there anything you see from this team that they do that goes beyond the norm for what you've seen around the volleyball team?
They hang out with each other on a day-to-day, and I think not only being friends, but being teammates is something that helps them bond together. And I think I established like the rules and kind of structure in that y'all aren't just friends, but your teammates, and your teammates are going to be your bestest friends ever. And as long as they know like they're having fun and they're hustling, they want to do that for their teammates, not just for themselves.
I know reaching this record, I mean, a milestone that hadn't been done in several years. I mean, just when you have that pace of winning so many games in a row like you did, I mean, what was kind of the emotional tilt, the feeling from this team as that ride, went through and, is still going, so to speak?
I think they know what they're capable of. They haven't seen that. It hasn't been produced, like you said, in a few years, but I think they're starting to believe it themselves. And I have told them this since I came in 3 years ago, like, y'all have everything that you need. So why don't you believe that yourself? And I think they understand that now. They truly believe it, and it's starting to show on the court and on as our record and our schedule continues.
I know you mentioned Hannum, a freshman, a young player with such a big role like that. I mean, when you see her, I know you called her a rock star, being a freshman like that, what are the things that make her different, special at such a young age?
Her exposure to the game, but it's also her teammates and the leaders around her. They took her in, and our class is pretty full in the senior and junior class, but I think they took her in and she accepted, like, this is my spot, this is my place, and she has grown because of her teammates around her.
As a coach, I mean, what would you say are maybe your founding principles, maybe, biggest rules, biggest standards that you hold in running a successful program here?
Structure, making sure we're doing everything on time and how we're supposed to, and mainly just when we're competing in those team drills in practice, that we're not giving up or we're just not letting the easy balls go. We're completing and executing that drill and not just going through the motions of drills. We're actually executing them, and then we move on to the next step.
Are there any particular drills that you think really helped improve this team or really, built this team up in particular?
No in particular drills, because we do a wide span of just different drills, but I think that they are understanding the goal of the drill and each one that we do kind of produce, and just executing that effectively. So whether it's a defense or offense drill, offense is doing their job to make sure they're executing that drill, and defense is doing their job and making sure they're executing that particular drill, and that's kind of where our cohesiveness has started to become one.
I know a rivalry match against Grimsley this week. They've been, I know the conferences have changed and things like that, but they've, been toward the high end of the conference these last few years. And Page, with the record that it has, I mean, a battle of, two rivals and a big stage. I mean, how do you feel about kind of the rise of Page and, the intrigue of this matchup coming up?
I feel good about it, and I feel that the girls feel the same thing, but we all know just going into this match, it's not going to be easy, and we have to earn every point. Every point is not going to be given to us. Grimsley does not just give away free points. We have to earn every point, and just going into that match, we know we have to stick together, and we have to just move every point and adjust however we may need to.
I know the first loss of the season to a good Southwest team. I mean, what were the lessons you take from that? The things to, improve after that? Oh,
Southwest, they're awesome over there. They have a great team. I learned that you have to go into it setting up your defense to kind of compete with those hard hitters that they have over there at Southwest. And I think we kind of struggled a little bit there, and I think we will be a little bit more prepared for the next time that we do have to see Southwest. But overall, that team is coached by amazing coaches, and those girls work really hard on and off the court to make sure that they're competing at the high level that they do.
Okay. Would it be all right if I got the rest of this